Alrighty, folks. How are we all doing on this lovely Saturday afternoon, evening, depending on where you are for this final run of Speedrun Ragnarok 2024? And it is going to be done by my good buddy iceblue, who is going to be running the Super Mario RPG Remake, the normal RTA category. So, iceblue, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am doing absolutely wonderfully, and I am very excited to be hosting here for the final run of such a great event with a good friend of mine, and with a game that is really needs no introduction. But I'm going to have you do it anyway, iceblue. Tell us about the category that you're doing here, and what it is that people can look forward to with it.
So normal RTA is just basically the base game on the normal difficulty. So there's with the remake they added a second difficulty, breezy, which is the easier category. So you get more experience, enemies have less HP, things like that. And it was designed for like your casual player or someone who just kind of wanted to like enjoy more of the story element versus like the battle elements of the game. But we're gonna be running on normal. And it's a good game. It's my favorite game of all time. It's the soundtrack is fantastic. The game is fantastic. Mallow's the champ. Things like that.
So we've established that this is a great game, but it also has a great donation incentive
It
baked into it.
does.
What is that all about?
So the donation incentive, if you've played the remake and you've done the post-game content, there is a donation incentive to fight the super boss in the post-game content. I do have a file here that I can kind of show y'all here. That'll just it brings me right to the right before the fight. It's not super powered. It's not over leveled. Or wrong profile. This profile was made with the all bosses route, which does fight all the post game bosses at the most minimum level possible, basically. So the incentive is to play that fight right here on, we fight the super boss there. Now, I won't spoil who the super boss is, but if you've played the remake, you know who the super boss is. And that super boss has gotten a revamp, has gotten a beautiful face, and an updated portion of his soundtrack. So, you definitely don't want to miss that.
Now, as far as making sure people don't miss it, they're going to want to stick around. I assume this is something you'll do post run.
Yeah, so if the incentive gets met, what I'll do is, you know, if we're not watching credits, I can just back out, close the software, reopen it, and just load that save file. Getting to like if I were to do it just like off the route, it would take an additional hour, and I don't wanna burn an additional hour. So I have like a specific save point like set up just to fight this super boss.
Perfect. Okay, sounds good. So it sounds like the cutoff for that will be, I assume, what the end of the run itself.
Yeah. So like right when the cutoff for it would probably just be like after I defeat Smithy.
Got it. Okay, very good. So there you go, folks. Well, and to let you know where we're at there, we need $500 to get that incentive met. We've already got 220, so we're almost halfway there, but we can certainly get closer, and we can certainly get to the 5,000 mark for the week. We are ever so close to that, so definitely want to do that. And I don't know, maybe over the course of this run, we get to 6,000. That sound good?
I believe in us.
Okay, yeah, I do too. Very good, very good. Well, I tell you what, enough talk of the business. Let's get down to some video gaming, shall we?
Yeah. Just give me one brief second. I'm gonna load up something real quick for me, and then I will be good to go.
Okay. Well, in the
'Cause-
meantime, I do have a couple of donations to read here.
yeah, go for it.
Absolutely. We got a $5 donation from Possum that says little closer to 5K. And then we got a $25 donation from Natara that said, 5 mounts, $5 each. Here's my money. This will be my last donation for the event, but thank you everyone for all your hard work, for hanging with us this week, for being around and being amazing. We couldn't do this year after year without everyone. Less than 3. So that is one of our main Valkyries there, showing the love uh, and showing the gratitude on behalf of all the Valkyries for all the work that everybody puts in for this great event year after year. So yes, that is very, very awesome. Alrighty.
All right.
Aish, you good to go?
I am ready to go.
All
Chat,
right,
are we
I'm gonna hand it on over to
ready?
you then. Go ahead.
Yeah, chat, are we ready to go? If y'all are ready, then I'm ready. You get all right, Wells. All right, can somebody get Wells out of here? I think it's time for Wells to.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
All right, thank you. All right, chat, we're gonna get things started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so for those who remember this game, it always starts off at Mario's house. Peach is over here. It's like this. My favorite part about this entire remake, and I know we're in the year of 2024 where, as a speedrunner, we want to skip cutscenes, but I guess it's just my obsession and love of this game that I personally just do not mind watching these cutscenes. And like, they did this game absolute justice with every single cutscene that they revamped and like upscaled and made look beautiful. They even added extra cutscenes to introduce all the characters, and it's just been it's fantastic. But our adventure starts. Bowser kidnaps Princess Peach. Who would have thought? And we need to go save her.
iceblue, can I jump in here with a very important announcement?
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. Well, I am thrilled to announce that for this week of Speedrun Ragnarok 2024, we have officially raised over $5,000 for the week.
Yo.
So thank you all so much to everyone for all of your lovely donations. And I've got a couple to read off right here, and I do need to set this up. So, and the reason why is because obviously, as any good host should be, I'm on push to talk, but I'm going to need both of my hands in order to properly read this donation comment. So give me just a second, okay?
All right. Well, while you get that set up, I'm going to explain something real quick. There's a unique mechanic in this game with Mario. So you'll see that I'm using the jump spell, or the jump special attack, with Mario, and that's because each time you use the jump like special with Mario, every 2 times you use it, it actually gains 1 power. So we're going to be utilizing the jump multiple times throughout this run just to increase its power throughout the entire game, and that power increase is permanent. And it's gonna come into play for some of these bosses, because the way that we have things routed, as long as we don't miss any action commands, we're gonna be doing pretty much exact damage to these bosses. And then we got the classic Mario jumps off of Bowser's head and somehow jumps 335 feet into the air and perfectly grabs this chain chomp. Yo, also shoutouts. Thank y'all so much for 5K. Y'all are absolutely fantastic, and we couldn't have done it without y'all. So
Well,
thank you so much.
You want to find out what put us there at that threshold?
Absolutely.
Okay, like I said, hold on. Give me a second to set this up.
Yeah. It only affects jump. Super jump and ultra jump are not affected by it. It's just jump. And funny enough, we actually will only be using jump. Like, we'll be using jump and physical attacks on the final boss. which is strange, but it's what happens.
All right, here we go. I am using the big toe on my left foot to hold down the control key as I let you know that we got a $25 donation from Rujasu that says we want Culex, we
Yes.
want Culex, we want Culex.
All right, I can't clap anymore. Sorry, I got to mash.
Yeah, I understand. All right, now I can actually use my finger to press the key like a normal person. We got another donation. It was $100, and this one came
Ooh.
from Keshira. And they said, "Hi, this is the rest of my allotted charity fund this year, and I wouldn't want to give it to a better organization. Thank you, everyone, for all of your support and love. And to take this and to the RPG Valkyries, thank you all, less than 3."
Yo, thank y'all so much. But yeah, we're ever so close to that Culex 3D goal.
Yeah, and for an update on that, we are now at the $370 mark. We need 500, so we're about at 3/4 of the way there. So let's just, you know what? Let's take all the suspense out of this, folks. Let's just get that donation incentive met early. We'll get that taken care of. Then we can get to the 6K mark. So let's just do this one at a time. Donation incentive first, then we pile up donations, get to that 6K. How does that sound?
I could also tell y'all that we could do like an incentive bid war, like throughout the entire run of. It's probably not set up for it, but you know, we could have like set amounts to doing modern soundtrack versus retro soundtrack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Tell me more, please.
So I have the ability to change versus modern soundtrack versus retro soundtrack. And we could do like a bid war that's like ever so changing throughout the run.
I was gonna say, you want to do a rolling bid war on it?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I couldn't think of the terminology for it.
Yeah, I got you. I don't have anything set up here officially to do that. I'm happy to track this by hand. So if you folks listening want to get in on that, all I would ask is that in your donation comment, just make it very clear whether or not you would like to be hearing the original soundtrack, or what it would be, original and remixed.
Modern.
I guess, would be.
Yeah, the modern or the. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Do you want the modern soundtrack or the original soundtrack? Again, make it clear in your donation comment, and I'll tally it all by hand. I'm happy to do that.
Oh no, it's a rolling one, Sushi. So it changes. So it would change like whoever takes the lead.
Well, speaking of donations, I actually have one to read here if this is a good time.
Sure.
Right on. We got a $25 donation from Jonathan Bullock that says, "Dedicated to Keshira for being cute and no other reason, I promise." First of all, facts were spoken there. And second of all, thank you very much for that donation, Jonathan.
But yeah, no. So like I was saying earlier, the jump is pretty much used primarily in the start of the run, just so we can increase its power level, and also skills don't miss. So, and this game has a very big tendency to miss. Do a little shopping there. We're gonna buy the jump shoes. That's gonna make our jump attack a little bit stronger. And we buy a honey syrup because we're going to need that for Krako. One thing I will mention, and the reason that we use the jump spell a lot, and a lot of spells in general, so they introduced a new mechanic with this game. So you have what they call the chain gauge. And that's the little like percentage gauge that you see in the bottom corner of the screen there. And what that does is each character has its own has their own innate passive. That they offer to the team when they're out on the field. So Mario's innate passive is whenever he's out on the field, which he can't be changed out anyway, you get a boost to how much the chain gauge gains as far as like percent goes. Mallow, and the reason why Mallow is prominently used in this run, Mallow's innate bonus is a 25% boost to special attack damage. So every skill, jump, thunderbolt, shocker, every skill in the game gets a 25% boost as long as you have a chain of over 5. It does have like increasing boosts. So like at 2 chain, it's like 10%. 4 chain or 3 chain is like 20 or 15 or 20%, and then 5 chain is 25%. Geno offers attack up and speed. Bowser is defense, and Peach is special defense. So things like that. So you're offered this like very big like party buff that you get per character, which is why we're going to be also utilizing jump, because throughout the beginning of the game, Mallow is a permanent character until we unlock Bowser. But yeah, so like we also don't do a lot of physical attacks early on because bosses like Croco have an evasion stat that was introduced, and it's 20%. It's just a flat 20%, or it's either 10 or 20%. And it's the meme in the community whenever we get to the Croco 2 split. It's always like, well, how much time loss am I gonna get today? And then you get a miss, and you're just like, there it is. But this is our boy. This is Mallow. Mallow's the main character in this game. You'll see pretty much why once we get the super suit. And yeah, Mallow's just our boy. He's the best tadpole.
iceblue, I've already got someone coming in here with donations for the soundtrack. Can I jump in so that you can
Yeah, absolutely.
process that accordingly? Awesome. Infinius donated $25 and says, "Are you sure you want to calculate these incentives by hand? I thought we don't do math on stream. Let's try to get to QLEX, everyone." Also, I feel like the retro soundtrack for Chaos reasons. So that is currently $25 towards the original soundtrack. Now, how easy is it for you to switch on the fly?
As long as I'm not in dialogue, I can swap in the menu.
Well,
I will change that the moment I hit Bandit's Way.
Okay, perfect.
Also, I didn't get a chance to say it during that talk, but the best dialogue there, they kept it in the game with this remake, and it's whenever like Croco runs by, and Mallow's like, "Why didn't you stop him?" And he's like, "Because I left my bazooka at home." Sheesh, give me a break here. Okay, so we're on classic. All right, let's do it.
Wait, hold on. I have breaking news. We are being joined by the one, the only, my good friendo, Keishra. Hello, Kay.
Hello!
Oh, hi!
I have attempted to do a thing. I think it's up and live. If you could check for me, Vani. I have added choose the SMRPG soundtrack bid war with original and remake. I think it's working. So, yeah, y'all, what better way to test to see if I messed something up than by donating for the original or remake soundtrack on the bid war?
Let's go.
Kay, first of all, thank you very much for your effort there. And second of all, I can tell you this. I do see it in the bid index and what you just linked there in the Twitch chat. The $25 that Infinius just donated for the original soundtrack, I don't see that being credited on this particular bid war. So I don't know if that's something that you can perhaps do manually.
I certainly could try.
Awesome. Okay, so folks, for those of you that weren't listening specifically to that, the rolling bid war that iceblue has told us about between the original and the modern soundtrack, we do have official bid incentives when you actually make your donation to put it toward that. So please utilize that when you are making your donations so that we can keep track of everything officially. That'd be awesome.
Let me say this. Infinius did donate that towards the Fight QLEX, so I'm going to leave it there, and we can just say that that's a free bid towards changing the soundtrack for the first time. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah, works for me.
Okay.
Alright, we got the best possible Croco pattern there. Alright. So yeah, no, get those donations in if you want to change the soundtrack mid-run. I do not mind doing that. Alright, so Croco is a lot easier in this version versus the original SNES version, because in this game they actually changed how blocking works. So anything that's single target in this game can now be blocked, and that includes spells. So before in the SNES version, you weren't able to block his bomb attack. So if he bombed, you were just doomed to take 1 billion damage. In this version, you can actually block his bomb attacks, which makes this fight a lot less reset heavy. I mistimed one of the jumps, but that's okay. A couple punches will get him to the ending. Alright, so Mallow's showing that his long toad-like arms punching Croco directly in the jaw there to get the coin back. So with this version, they also introduced the ability to what we call map warping. So there's actually fast travel in this game, and it's utilized a lot in the speedrun. And a lot of the times, it's actually faster to just map warp to the same map, just to get back to the front side of it, because it's just a slight bit faster. We got a wallet drop from Croco there. We're actually not going to give that wallet back to the guy, because we're just going to sell it. In this version, they actually stopped the ability to sell like flower tabs, flower jars. In the original SNES version, you could sell flower tabs for 100 coins. You could sell flower jars for 300 coins, flower boxes for 500, and that's how we made all of our money. In this version, you can't do that, so we have to find other ways of making money in this route, or in this version of the game, in order to handle, you know, purchasing the fire bombs and ice bombs that we need later. So we sell the guy's wallet instead. He doesn't need it anyway.
Well, you know what we do need, though?
What's that?
For me to read this donation comment, duh.
Yeah, you better do it.
I will. It is a $25 donation, and it is from Margaret Ann. And Margie says, as promised, $5 per mount drop. Thank you to everyone who came out and supported the 14 run and Speedrun Ragnarok 2024 as a whole. This community is amazing, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. Steppy, 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 and thanks for all the fun. Well, thank you for the donation, Margie.
That was a perfect Clay Morton fight. I'm also going to be referring to a lot of these bosses as their Super Nintendo names, because I wear nostalgia goggles. So, like, I don't like calling Mac there Clay Morton. I like calling him Mac instead. Just because it's, like I said, nostalgia goggles. I do that with Final Fantasy 1. Even when I was playing, like, the FF1 Pixel Remaster, I would call everything by their NES names. And, like, people would be like, what are they talking about? I'm just like, what do you mean? Alright, we got our uppies. Uppies number 1. Every time we get a start piece, Mario gives us nice big uppies. And, while I can't really do that for the first one, I will probably do that for the other ones. So, be prepared for me to give you some uppies, chat. It's actually faster there to walk out of the throne room for a second, rather than walking up to the Chancellor and talking to him, because you still will hit the dialogue box. Oh, we got plenty of uppies in this run. Bowser uppies are the best uppies, though. All right. So with that out of the way, we're going to head over to the Kero sewers. Because we need to make our way down the map here. But first we're going to get a little sparkle here, and then we're just going to map warp out. We're going to... Oh, not that one, but that's fine. That works. What are we at for incentive-wise for the Culex fight?
Quick refresh.
Yes.
Okay, so we're at 420 out of the 500 we need for that. We are oh so close. So only $80 more, folks. We can get that out of the way, and then we can focus on not just the bid war between modern and original soundtrack, but also that sweet 6K. So
yeah, I was gonna say the sooner we knock out that Culex one, the sooner y'all can start battling for which soundtrack is getting played.
That's right.
Alright, so this is one of the bosses here as to like why we needed to have X amount of jumps here, and I immediately messed it up. It's okay. But yeah, this is one of the bosses that we actually do like exact damage to. I'm hoping for no sleep sauce. Okay, that's good. Sleep sauce is the worst possible fight like outcome that you can get with this boss, because he typically targets Mario with it, and we need Mario to be able to, you know, be awake to do damage. He's gonna eat Mallow this turn, but 2 jumps is gonna make him spit Mallow out. He's gonna spit Mallow out, and we're gonna T-bolt. And he should be gone. I need... This should be an attack up. Yeah. Yeah, we have a very, very specific level routing in this category. And it comes into play when we get to the Barrel Volcano. And it's what I like to call the most comfortablest, uncomfortable fight ever. If you're familiar with the game, the Axum Rangers, when you fight them on the Blade, and Blade gets an attack called Breaker Beam. Well, Breaker Beam got a big glow up in this game, like an absolute glow up in this game. And because we're so like low level, it does a lot of damage. And in the fight that we have routed in, and this is purposely routed, it leaves Mallow with 5 HP. And only Mallow. Alright, we're going to be picking up specific coins here. We want to leave the screen with 10. We do also want to pick up all the frog coins here, because those are important. We need exactly 22 before we make it to Seaside, because we're going to be buying the experience booster, and that's going to boost Mallow. We're going to be boosting Mallow's level up a lot, because he's going to be our main source of damage throughout the entire run. One thing I do like about the text box mashing in this is you can actually buffer those down inputs there. In the middle, like right when you even start the text box, you can buffer those inputs so you can just automatically hit no for the tutorials. Alright, we grab 10 on that first screen so we can just stay on this bottom path here without having to lose time from bonking the barrels and changing lanes. And we grab exactly 60. And the reason that we grab exactly 60 is that there's a bit of a dialogue box at the end of the section. And if you have more than 60 coins, well, as long as you have 60 coins, the guy gives you a frog coin. And we want that frog coin. And then also, but if you have more than 60, He gives you another dialogue box saying that he's gonna store your extra coins here for the next time you do this mini game. We don't want that extra dialogue box. It's it's a second time loss or something. So we get exactly 60 here in order to prevent that that extra dialogue box. Hello, Wick. Hello, Lego. Hello, everyone. So he gives us that, and then he gives us the Knock Knock shell, or the Koopa shell, if you want to at me for talking in modern. Sorry, like all the original names in my are embedded into my brain. Oh, I'm also gonna ruin this game for y'all as well. So there's a part coming up here where Frog Fuchsius or the Frog Sage comes floating in. I'm gonna ruin it for all y'all. I'm sorry. Sorry in advance. When he floats in, all you hear is ooh woo, ooh woo, ooh woo. I'm sorry, but not sorry at the same time. Alright. Gonna find out some information here. Peach is no longer at Bowser's castle. What a shock. You know, after the castle violently shook and threw everybody places. How does Frog Fuchsius not break that table? Beyond me. Another instance of menu buffering there, which is really nice. All right, we have some bad news, chat. Mallow. Mallow's not a tadpole. Mallow's not a tadpole. I know. I can't believe it.
But he's a marshmallow, right? I mean,
No, he's a tadpole.
Oh. Well, then how come his name isn't just Pole, then?
Look. We don't know.
Yeah, I figured it was just short for marshmallow.
See, that's using logic. Nintendo doesn't use logic.
Okay, I mean, word.
Alright, grabbing these coins here. We are on a very, very tight coin routing. We should end this routing, if I collect no extra coins, around like 17, like 10? Maybe a little bit less than that. Yeah. We need all those coins in the early, like, at Seaside Town because we buy 8 fire bombs.
Natara would like to know if I've ever played this game before between the remake and the original. The answer is no. I've
Oh
never
my
played
goodness.
a single second of Super Mario RPG.
You are missing out on, like, the absolute best game of all time.
I know, I need to fix this eventually. It's just, yeah, I just haven't done it yet.
Also, I've never seen this Goomba attack before in my life, where the Goomba just looks at you and it just... So it's actually 2 seconds faster just to warp back to the world map than it is to walk out of the screen. Shoutouts to this guy right here who gets immediately arrowed and frozen in time. Never to move again. He can't avoid it. He's stuck there forever. This guy's sole goal in life is to be a stepping stool. And we rob his house too. And his kid. And this is an instance of actually warping back to Rosetown just to get to the front side. It saves a loading screen and a couple of like it's like 8 seconds, I think. Now we have Gaz. Gaz is a big key to this run because he introduces one of our other characters, Gino. And funny enough, this game also teaches you that it's in a speed run, and I say in a speed run, and I mean it. It's faster to lie to children in a speed run. So we tell them that we're actually not the real Mario, and it saves like 4 seconds because he then wants us to jump to show him that we're the real Mario. So we just lie and say that we're not.
Can I tell you something? As someone who has been a parent for over 15 years now, it's the same in real life too.
Look, I have a 9-year-old, so I understand.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I have a 9-year-old, so I completely understand. Ugh, all right, this is my favorite cutscene. This is the introduction to Gino. I love this cutscene. It's so good. It's so gorgeous. I love how shiny the other three are, and then Gino just isn't. It's so good. Mallow doesn't get a toy. He doesn't need a toy. He's already the main character. He doesn't need a toy. Alright, I always make this joke because it's so true, but this is me, like, waking up in the morning and, like, your legs just don't work. And then, like, when you actually get out of bed to, like, start your morning routine, yeah, that's me right there. And then suddenly...
every morning when I get up and I have to walk over to... The first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I go and I wake up my son so that he can, get started with his day. And I seriously have to, like, hold on to the banister walking down my hallway because my knees are just like, nope, not yet, not yet.
Feel that. But yeah, no, that's just me every morning getting up, legs just don't work, and then as you're like about to get up, you have to wiggle your legs a little bit. Alright, so we now find out that Gino has gone into the forest and we need to follow him. So we're gonna go here. This is one of the sections of all time. They made Wiggler jumps really strange in this run, or in this game, to where like the Wiggler's hitbox is smaller than it was in the Super Nintendo. And we need 4 frog coins off these Wigglers for the route. My favorite part is when I clearly jump on the Wiggler, but it just initiates the battle anyway, because the sides of the Wiggler initiate the battle instead of not. But there's 4 unique patterns that the Wiggler moves in, and there's 2 up and then 2 down, like, types of patterns, and you just kind of have to, like, see which way it moves. Thankfully, oh wait, was that 4? Yeah. Wasn't even counting. So yeah, you just have to kind of like figure out like which one he's gonna be doing, and just kind of like work with it from there. We don't want to engage in any encounters in this forest, especially like the bees. The bees are faster than both you and Mallow right now, and engaging in that encounter, they will poison you. And they will send you to the Shadow Realm.
And I assume that's bad?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully this game has autosaves every few screens, so like even if we do die, we will, we'll be able to load into the nearest autosave, but yeah, they do a lot of damage, and we want to kind of stay like at full health for this next boss fight. Even though Gino kind of solos this next fight. We grab that mushroom for safety. That'll be a safety mushroom for a later fight. Generous forest patterns here. So each one of these screens that we have to follow Gino on, there's a random number of enemies that can spawn on it. You can get a screen that has 4 bees and like 2 mushrooms on it. You can get a screen that has nothing on it. You can get one that has like the 2 bees like this. It's just really nice. Alright, so we have a fight here. This fight is going to be using a unique mechanic for that's introduced into this game called Toad Assist. Or later on when we get a 3rd character, it gets introduced as a triple attack. But when you have less than 2 characters, it's before it gets introduced as a triple attack, it's introduced as Toad Assist. When you have 100% on the gauge at the bottom for your chain menu, or your chain gauge, you can use something called Toad Assist, and what that does is it'll make Toad spawn a box under Mario, and then you get like a roulette slot machine, and there's a assortment of buffs and like attacks in the box. We need to hit the box on a specific item. We need what they call a flower essence, and the flower essence, what that's going to do is that's going to fully restore our flower points. And it's going to give whoever used the Toad Assist an attack up buff. And we're going to be using that on Gino, because Gino is much higher level than we are right now, and deals a ton more damage. And this entire fight will be basically RNG manipulated, because he has a unique mechanic to how he attacks. If you're familiar with it, Bowyer actually blocks attacks and locks your buttons. But there's a way to manipulate it. So each attack that you do is worth an X amount of points. So like Y attacks are worth 2 points, A attacks are worth 4 points. As long as we maintain every 2 turns under 6 points, he will always lock the item button X. All right, I need to focus just for 1 second here. Nope. Alright, well, we're gonna have to take the slower fight, which is fine. We'll just do this. Alright, so, because we missed that, we just have to take the slower fight. So only Gino's going to be attacking this entire fight, like I said, because he just does the most damage. So Bowyer's gonna lock X here. Then we're gonna get our own turn. If Bowyer doesn't, like, if Bowyer locks Y or A, it actually gives him 2 attacks. So he would attack right after he locks a button, and then attacks on the next turn. Because Bowyer does lock it like a button every 2 turns. So as long as we're staying under that 6-point threshold every 2 turns, Bowyer's just gonna constantly lock X. And then once he swaps over to, once we run out of flower points, we're gonna swap it over to just attack every other turn. It's a little bit, it's like 30 seconds slower, but it maintains the safety of this fight. Just because when he has 2 attacks, he actually gets more attacks. So when he's able to attack 2 times per turn, he has an attack called Static Electricity. And he also gets an attack that puts whoever he attacks to sleep. And we don't want that, because that person is unable to block. But yeah, blocking gives you 0 points, Y attacks is 2 points, and then A attacks are 4 points. I think it's 2 more attacks here. Might be able to just full send it here. Alright, he's gonna lock Y, and then he's gonna attack. Yeah, we don't want to, like, Mario and Mallow's, like, physical attacks just do no damage right now. Like, even if we were to equip the Koopa Shell, Mario does, like, 8. It's pretty bad. Alright, so this is going to introduce the new mechanic in this game, the triple attack. This is the only time in the entire game that we actually have to fully watch this cutscene. So you get to watch, you know, our three heroes here ride along the rainbows and then fire this gigantic beam in the Bowyer, and it insta-kills him. It could do 1 damage, and it'll insta-kill Bowyer here. Alright, so we find out that Gino is a messenger from above. From the lovely Star Road, or Star Highway, or Star Boulevard, or Star Causeway, or something. Star Street. One of those. Alright, chat,
Sure.
you ready? It's time again for Uppies. If you have a donation, Bonnie, or anything you want to say.
Boy, I would love to, but we don't have any currently, and I would love for that to change. So, folks, be sure to get your donations in. A reminder, this is the final run of the event. This is that we've got 2 different incentives going on here. One of them is to get to that special post-run boss fight against 3D Culex. We only need $80 more to get that one met. And then we've got a rolling bid war for the soundtrack, if you want to hear the original, which should be what you're hearing now, or the modern, the remake, and whatnot. So you can donate on that one throughout the entirety of the run. So be sure to get those donations in. We are raising money for To Take This. All of your donations go directly to them. It is a great cause. And yeah, let's get those donations in. Give me something to do. Besides just bully iceblue. I mean, I can just, you know, I don't want to do that too much, you know?
Yeah, you do.
Word, but I mean, for the sake of you know, appearances, I'll say no. I'd rather read donations.
Don't listen to him, chat. Alright, so we're gonna do a little bit of shopping here. We're gonna buy physical attack weapons for everybody. And then we're gonna buy with pretty much the best armor in the game. Even though it doesn't give a lot of defense, we can pretty much block everything except like AoE spells. So that's our best defense. So the work pants actually give you 10 attack, 10 special attack, and 5 speed, plus a little bit of defenses. So we're gonna purchase 4 of them there because we're gonna utilize some of those, you know, that extra one for like Bowser later. And we actually use them on Bowser in like, you know, in unison with like the zoom shoes that we're gonna pick up later, to do a strat which we call the revolving door strat. And what the revolving door strat is, so the game, like whenever because you can swap out characters in battle, and what the game does is whenever you swap out that character, so say if I swap Gino out, who has the highest speed in the party, to Bowser, who has the lowest speed in the party, it actually is going to make Bowser act on that same turn, but he's acting with Gino's speed. And also, the intrusive thoughts kick in here, and you know, you ever see a trampoline inside of a cave? You just kind of have to jump on it. But yeah, so it takes whoever you swap out, it takes their speed value, and it attaches it to that character that you swapped into for that one turn. And by doing that, it allows us to swap in Gino out with Bowser, and it gives Bowser Gino speed for one turn, and then we're able to, you know, another person acts, and then Bowser gets another turn because his speed is then, you know, factored into the equation of who gets to act next. So it's a little bit of abuse of like the speed mechanic in this game. Also, it's faster to like instead of chasing Croco, just to reset the room and just wait here. All right, so for Krako 2, this is the fight that I was telling you about earlier, that with the evasion stat. You have a 20% or a 10 or 20% chance of missing. And we're going to be jumping with Mario here, both to increase Jump's attack power, and because we don't want Mario missing. Even though there's a video game named after Mario is missing. I'm so sad that they changed the name of that attack. It used to be called Chomp. I'm actually shocked that I didn't get a miss on Krako there. Okay, so he gives us a bomb. That's going to allow us to progress a little bit further into the mines here. Coming up here, so kind of didn't go over it like in the beginning. This game has an interesting like star mechanic, because as any typical Mario game, you get the superstar, and it allows you to basically just destroy everything in your path. This game is once again the same with that, but so each one of these stars that we're grabbing, anytime we run through an enemy, there's actually a specific experience value that you get per enemy kill, and that's actually tied to the star that you grab. That might be bad. I'm just gonna skip that coin for now. I'll come back for it. But yeah, so each star has an XP value that it's worth. The star in the beginning of the game that we grab to defeat the K9s, those are worth just 1. There's a star in Karo Sewers that's worth 1. And then this star here is actually worth 5 experience. And we want to make sure that we kill 10 enemies total. That's going to set us up for the proper XP routing as well. So this is Punchinello. He claims to be famous. He's not. We don't even know who he is. We're hoping that he does not Sandstorm second turn here. Sandstorm would be the worst possible outcome for this fight. We're going to Shooting Star here. Or Star Riders. That's going to chunk him. Alright, we did not get Sandstormed. So this fight should go pretty quickly now. And this should take him down. Yep. Alright, good punchy fight. Best possible outcome that we could get here. And I love Punchy right here. He just pops. No, nothing left behind. Just pops. And of course our plot armor kicks in, and the bomb did no damage to us. Nice. All right, Bonnie, how are you doing? I'm still in shock that you haven't played this game before.
Yeah, I haven't. I just never owned it growing up, and like the first ever drive that I had was one of the ones that couldn't handle certain games, including Super Mario RPG. So I never I never put it on there. But
also,
I mean, I
Upbe's time. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, it's Upbe's time.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Here we go. All right. Chat, here's the deal. Okay? Okay. If we get to 6,000 for the 6,000 or more before the end of this marathon, I will oh, excuse me, hold on a second.
Okay, so the
Sorry.
best part about this mini game here is the developers actually added a developer intended shortcut that wasn't in the original. And you'll see that in just on the third screen here. Oh, nice. I didn't break long enough. Sweet. Oh, you were saying, Vonnie?
Okay, so if we can get to at least $6,000 before the end of this marathon, I will do some sort of special partnership with the Valkyries where I will play Super Mario. I will do a casual playthrough of Super Mario RPG on stream. How about that? But we have to get to at least 6,000. Okay? No exceptions. All right? No ifs, ands, or buts. 6,000 or bust. Okay?
All right. So here's the developer intended shortcut. So you have this jump right here, and if you jump just on time, you'll make that jump. And you could see like how they added like a section of the tracks there to kind of catch the jump there. So like it was definitely something that was added by devs. They were like, let's add a shortcut. But yeah, chat, I want to see Vonnie play this game. Not because I like love this game, because I do, I love this game. But because Vonnie needs to experience this game. Have you, all right, Vonnie, have you played Earthbound?
Yes, I have.
All right,
Actually,
so do you...
I actually was part of the, there was a Boogie Percent tournament many years ago. I actually participated in that too. Didn't do well, but yes, I can even speedrun a little bit for it.
All right, so do you like how the story writing was in that game? Like where it's just silly dialogue. It was made to be funny, but also like cute and like adoring.
Oh, I thought I loved just about everything about Earthbound. I thought it was a fantastic video game.
So take that writing that Earthbound had and slap it into a Mario RPG game, and that's what you get out of this game. This game has fantastic storytelling, but also uses like funny names and like things like that, like how Earthbound did.
Nice. That's cool. What else is cool is that we actually have a donation here. It's a $5 donation from SilverMoon9000. No comment, but it is being put towards that QLEX fight, so thank you very much for that. And,
thank you.
Just an update on that. That's now at $425 out of the $500 that we need. So just $75 more, folks. We can, again, like I said, I mean, I know we're going to do it, but let's just get it out of the way. Let's just, you know, if you've been meaning to make a donation, if you want to be the person that is responsible for, you know, hitting it with the final blow, by all means, go ahead and donate. I'll put the link in chat, but we want to make sure we get that incentive met, and then once we do that, we can move on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, it's a cool fight. It is a very cool fight, like how it's like routed, because like you think this super boss, and I'm not gonna say who the super boss is. If you know, you know. But like if you think this super boss, you're just like, whoa, how are you beating this boss at level 18? And I will tell you, we do not use super jumps or ultra jumps on this boss. So if you think that's how we do it, it's not. The only time we ever use super jumps is on Jonathan Johnny Jones, and that's just so we can get the super suit. There are no other super jumps in this fight, in this game. Alright, so we finally found Peach. But she's locked in a tower. Where have we heard that before? Out of my way, shorty. Super jumps are very slow for the speedrun, yes. 100 super jumps is about 1 minute and 45 seconds. It is very slow. Also, did anybody order DoorDash? Because your DoorDash driver is here. And he's here to deliver your food. I just hope you didn't need the front door. But your food's here's on time. Alright. We get Bowser. Bowser's a good character, and we use him like 6 times. Smile. Alright, we don't need no tutorials. Mallow's face in every cutscene kills me. Alright, we have to be careful not to get into any of these fights with the snippets. They are unrunnable encounters, and we don't want any extra experience right now. We want to hit a specific level at certain times, because the way that we have our experience routing in this run, we have it routed to where we like get these level up boxes at the same time as best as we can. Also, I will say that y'all are missing out on modern soundtrack Booster's Tower. It is absolutely S+ tier. I'll even give y'all a little funny Easter egg that's still in the game. Now, you can't leave the room with this, though. But you can do this. Okay. And we're back.
Oh, look at that. Mario switched from his original form to his remade form. Just like you listening can switch the music from the original music to the remade music. Now, you might be asking, how can I do that? Well, by donating, of course. We have a rolling bid war between the two soundtracks, and if you would like to hear the remade soundtrack, I think right now it's at 25-0 is
Yep.
where we're at. So if you donate at least $26 toward that, you can we will change that on the fly, depending on exactly where we are with that bid war. So you can get your donations in for that.
Also, that room that I just went through that had the coins on the floor, there is a bunch of encounters in that room that are unrunnable, and they have, like, floor triggers. But if you know where the floor triggers are, you could just kind of jump over them. Also, Booster says shoutouts to trans rights with the umbrella or the parachute there, so shoutouts. But yeah, if you know where all the floor triggers are, you could just kind of jump over all of them. Alright, so we are going to equip Bowser with the work pants and the zoom shoes here. We're going to use a little save box jump there to grab that and jump up there. It saves like 2 seconds. Alright, so I have to be very focused here. We don't want to lose this minigame. It's a major time loss. If we lose this minigame, and if you lose it consecutively, it's a major time loss. So we're gonna stand right here. That's gonna get us in the right position for this minigame. So we're gonna over here, kind of listen to this this conversation about, Booster setting up his wedding because he's gonna marry Peach. Shout outs to the car from Rob the Robot, Samus, Domo, the car from Cars, I guess. Is that Lightning McQueen, I think? Or whoever that might be.
No, it's probably from RC Pro-Am.
Yeah, so I definitely don't want to lose this minigame. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, just looking at the toy box, you got some really cool action figures in there, and oh, dang it. All right, sorry, the ADHD's kicking in. There's a nice little beetle in that house there. Oh no. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to fight Booster. All right, so the Booster fight, which is intended, by the way. Nice freebie, okay. Freebies are good. What is this? It's, swap the Bowser, yeah. Did we get the pain train? No. Oh, wait, no. Oops. That's fine, we could just swap to Mallow. Supposed to swap Geno to Mallow there. Alright, so the freebie there is really, really nice. You actually have a flat 20% chance of getting a freebie on any item that you use. And getting a freebie there actually makes this fight relatively easier, like by a lot. There is also a chance that Bowser just screws us over. So there's a 10% chance that Bowser can miss Terrorize on Knife Guy or Great Guy. But there's also, you know, a 10% chance to miss it on both, which is a 1% chance to miss it on both. Ask me how I know about that 1% chance.
iceblue, how do you know about that 1% chance?
Shoutouts to Spike Vegeta for cursing my run for RPG Limit Break. And it was like... gee, it'd be a shame if Terrorized missed both, and then suddenly, when I cast the Terrorized, there was no exclamation marks, and it was just a double miss.
Whoops.
I was like, thanks, Spike. I appreciate you so much. He popped off. It was a good time, though.
All right. Speaking of good times, I get to read a donation here.
Yeah.
And that's a good time for me. So we have another donation from Silvermoon 9000. This one's for $30, and the comment said this is for the Remake OST. So it puts this donation is going to put $27 toward the Remake soundtrack, and then the additional $3 is going towards QLEX. So that puts the remade soundtrack in the lead. So at your earliest convenience, go ahead and switch that one over, and that just gets us even more closer to QLEX. We are at $428 out of the $500 we need there. So getting closer, folks. Like I said, let's just get that out of the way. Then y'all can fight back and forth on the soundtrack, and then we can get to 6K. So those are your marching orders. Let's do this.
Quick thing. Chat, let's play a game, even though we've already started it. Quick guess, how many flowers am I going to get? Anywhere between 9 and 14. Give me your best answers in chat.
And give me your best answers in the form of a donation comment, please.
That too.
Or donate the number of dollars that corresponds with the number of flowers you think that Ice is going to get. How about that?
Yeah, in this minigame, they actually added the red barrels here, which just move at 2 times the normal speed. as regular barrels, so it makes them a little bit harder to jump on. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, uh-oh. Let's see if we can get one last pity. Nope. Got 11. Ooh, sell right on the money. Nice. Congrats. Alright, we're back on the modern soundtrack, y'all. Alright, so quick menu here. We need... wait. Yeah, Mallow Gino. And we're gonna unequipped. And then put that on you. Okay. Don't mind me reading my route notes. Being 36 years old, my brain just doesn't work as well as it used to.
Surprise in 45-year-old.
Yeah, depending on how many flowers we get from Booster there, we have backup flowers that we can grab during the run. So you're never too short on flowers, flower power. I love this part here because you hit Peach so hard it knocks her shoes off, a ring on her finger, her brooch, and her crown somehow lands on Booster. I'm very impressed at how, like, glass slippers or whatever type of slipper she was wearing, high heels, somehow managed to fly off by being, you know, slammed into like that.
Yeah, we call that a yard sale.
Also, Booster's lines here are really funny. She's crying, and he's like, "Why are your eyes leaking, my dear?" And then he, like, eats them, and he's like, tastes salty."
Not gonna lie, that's a little weird.
It's Booster. He's designed to be that way. Alright, so we're gonna get the best kiss here. Shoutouts to kissing. Oh no. Sorry. Sorry. Do I need to black out the screen?
Too lewd.
But yeah, so we're gonna get the best one here. Peach is gonna give Mario a kiss. But we're also getting a bonus kiss, too. And one of my favorite dialogue boxes in the entire game. So we got Bowser and Booster kissing, and they just say, both of them at the same time, "Feels like sandpaper."
I would recommend chapstick for that.
I'm very impressed how Nintendo managed to still continue to make this the worst boss in the entire speedrun. But this is Bunt Cake. Again, the worst boss in the entire speedrun here. Bunt Cake is jam-packed full of nothing but terrible AoEs. So he has Sandstorm, Blizzard, Diamond Cutter, whatever it's called. It's just, he's jam-packed full of absolutely disgustingly strong AoEs. The two chefs here are invincible. They do take damage, but after a certain amount of damage they just take 0. So you have to focus all your attacks on the cake. So we're going to be using the revolving door strat here to kind of like manipulate the turn order here. So the moment that Bunt Cake here, you know, destroys or like lights its candles to its second phase, Mario's going to get his turn, and then it's going to be us attacking to knock out the candle lights, because the top portion of the boss pretty much has infinite health, but once it loses all 5 of the candles, it dies. Then you have to fight the bottom portion of the cake. The bottom portion of the cake is the more terrifying one. But we're going to be using a red essence here on Mario and getting a freebie. Hilarious. And that's just basically... Oh, that better not put Bowser to sleep. Oh, thank God. Alright, so we want to start getting our... Oh my God, the sleep. Stop. Oh, that's not good. Alright, Bunt's being a jerk. Oh, that's not good. I can't knock out the torches here. This might be pretty bad. Okay, as long as we get this thing down. Alright, don't pain spout me. I'm actually going to do this, just to be safe. That's fine. That's why we pick up the pick-me-ups. Yeah, Nintendo just somehow managed to keep this boss fight absolutely horrible for speedruns. Raspberry here has 600 health. So the sooner we knock that out, the better. Should be dead here. Yeah, that fight couldn't have gone any worse than I think it could have. The double sleep putting our main DPS to sleep was the biggest problem there. Especially during like the candle phase, because we need to have all 3 of our party members attacking in order to drop the candles there, so we can remove the top portion of the cake. But putting one of our characters to sleep is bad, because the cake actually revives 1 candle per turn. And if I don't have all 3 of my party members attacking, I can't remove the candles. But we made it through. We didn't have to refight, which is basically best case scenario. All right. So we've saved Princess Peach. Credit roll, right? That's how Mario games work, right? Maybe? Maybe not? Oh well. Game still wants us to play, so we're gonna keep playing. We saved their wedding. They're gonna go get married now. That's Raz and Rainy. They're from Mushroom Kingdom. Shoutouts to that kid that's just vibrating intensely. Poor kid could probably power a greenhouse. Alright, so we're going to stop in here. We do need to pick this item up, because we haven't had a chance to talk to the shopkeeper since we've saved Mallow's frog coin that he got from his grandpa. So we're going to do that, because that's what we need right now to advance the story. Alright, we have right here, this is the longest dialogue cutscene in the game. So Vani, if you wanna spit some hot facts, please, by all means.
Well, here's a fact that I have. I have a donation. It's from the Valkyrie's very own Dravenheart. And she donates $5, and she says, "Hey, y'all, it's your girl Draves here with my last donation to the marathon. Let's put this $5, let's put this $5, excuse me, toward QLEX, and also get closer to 6K less than 3. So, We are getting even closer now to QLEX. That is now at a total of $458 out of the 500 we need there. We are so close. So, folks, just what do we need? What was that? 42 more dollars?
42, yeah. We can do
here
this.
Here we go. This was a part of it. This actually snuck in right before before I got to read that. We have another donation here. It's $25, and it is from another member of the Valkyries here. That would be Demarine. And Demarine says, it's iceblue. It's unfair how good they are at video games. Still got to watch back the Zelda runs too. I heard they were fire, and this is going to be fire. So, well, thank you very much for that donation. And yeah, like I said, we're getting super close to that QLEX. We want to get that one done, out of the way, and then we can we'll focus on the next step.
Demarine, has anybody ever told you that you're like absolutely fantastic? Because I'm pretty sure you hear it a lot, but I'm gonna tell it to you again. You're absolutely fantastic, and so is everybody else here. Y'all are all amazing.
I've told her.
Yeah? Well, I think we need to continue to tell Demarine that. And
yeah.
Everybody else here too. But yeah, thank y'all so much. Smithy is gonna get his butt kicked here. And I have faith in y'all that we can make it to the super boss. Alright, I want to point out here that this is probably the best face Mallow has ever put out in the entire game. When Peach jumps out of the window here. It's I don't know how Mallow manages to make it like adorable, but he does. So like right here when she jumps. You get a nice little quick glimpse of Mallow. And they did this game so much justice with these cutscenes. Alright, so what happens when we don't know what to do? We need to go talk to Frog Fuchsius or the Frog Sage, because he knows everything. But first, we have a couple of things that we're going to need to do here. We need to strip our party. So we're going to take off pretty much everything from our party members. Except for, like, the shoes and things like that. Keep that on. And that. And then we map warp to Tadpole Pond. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I love how the sad music is still playing. Also, I wanna shout out Cricket Pie. Pie cures sadness. So if you're ever feeling sad, just have some pie. That's endorsed by Mario RPG. Just have a slice or two of pie. You'll feel a lot better. Maybe. Depends on the pie. Chat, what's your favorite type of pie? Does pizza count as a pie? Yes. Shoutouts to Star Hill here, getting the best glow up in this entire game. The original version of Star Hill and like how they glue this glowed up, glowed. Is that even a word? This place got the biggest glow up in like Nintendo history, and I'm all here for it.
Ice, I believe it's glown.
Glown up?
G-L-O-W-N. Glown.
That just sounds weird. I'm gonna say glowed up. And I'm gonna get scolded for bad English. And we got pumpkin pie, apple pie, pizza pie, key lime pie. Okay. Good choices, good choices. Coconut cream, banana cream, apple cherry. I like banana cream. Uppies, by the way. Sorry. Me fail English? That's impossible.
Bobby, you're getting an F in English, but Bobby, you speak English.
Alright, so why did we just, like, completely remove all of our characters', like, equipment and armor and accessories? Because we're selling everything. So we're gonna sell all the Coca-Colas that we picked up. We're gonna sell this goodie bag. We're gonna sell all these equipments. And then we're gonna buy 8 fire bombs and 1 fright bomb. And you'll see why we need all those later. Then you're also going to see me buy a accessory here for Mallow. This is the experience booster. So no matter what you're doing, the experience booster doubles your experience. And we need that, because we need Mallow to hit level 10 before the boss of Seaside Town here. But first, we're going to make a little detour here to something that we have to do first. By going into the sea, there's a star here, and that's going to get us a ton of levels. Each one of these enemies, I believe, is worth 5 as well. Might be worth a little more, I forget. But we need all of those. And then we're going to do specific level ups here. Mallow's getting 2 because of the experience booster. Gina's going to take 1 more HP level. And then unfortunately Peach doesn't, we just don't care about what Peach gets, because unfortunately we don't use her for actual anything combat wise. So she just, her level ups just don't matter to us, unfortunately. Unlike the Super Nintendo version where you could kind of glitch the game and skill swap and give her Mallow's abilities, because she just innately has a higher special attack than Mallow. But now since Mallow has the chain bonus where he increases the, you know, special attack damage by 25%, he's just a better party member. But we're still not done shopping here. We need some more money. So we're going to be collecting about 300 coins on the ship here. If you rub against this wall here, you can just walk right past this little grouper. Okay. And then we have our fight with the first boss on the ship. This is King Calamari. Alright, so we're going to use an untimed Geno boost here, because we don't need the defense up here, nor the chain boost. And we're doing that so we could firebomb these and it one-shots the tentacles. We want to make sure we get that timed hit perfectly because it does do splash damage. Which allows the firebomb to take out the other 2 tentacles, because they do have, I think, 250 there. We're looking for 1 more freebie on these firebombs. We got 1. 1 is pretty much all we really need. But 2 is really nice because it sets up an easier fight later on in the game. But that's one of the big reasons that we bought those firebombs, is for that fight and for Shoguns later that we fight in Land's End. There is a section coming up here where I am going to need some focus. It is the 100 super jump section. So I will probably be very quiet.
Well, I tell you what, folks, this would be a perfect time for you to make a donation while he's concentrating on that. So that way, by the time he's done, I'll have a whole bunch of donation comments to read. That sound great? All right, let's do it.
All right, we do have 2 smaller encounters here coming up that are just going to be Mallow taking them out, but after that, it's going to be pure concentration. Kind of walk up there just to get the fish to like manipulate that way. If you try to walk straight downward, you get the encounter like immediately. So like a little wiggle walk upwards will, you know, basically bait that encounter to move upwards. We're going to pick up the successor here, the safety ring. This does provide elemental resistances and speed, which we'll be using on, I believe, Gino for the entirety of the run. So now Gina's going to start getting some attack levels. Alright, we have one more encounter here. I am going to make a safety save after this encounter. Just because if I do mess up the super jumps, I do have to restart the fight. This is the only point in the game that's, I call it the easiest point to get super jumps. Just because visual cues in this game are really weird. Especially for me, I'm only really trained on the visual cue on Johnny. Alright, so this should get us Mario level 8. And we're going to re-enter this room real quick before we walk into Johnny's office. And that's going to create an autosave. Alright. Focus point. Okay, not even close. Whew.
Nicely done.
Alright, so let me tell you why that is such a hard thing to do. So in this game, and just like the Super Nintendo version, your first 14 jumps have a 10-frame window to press the button to hit the jump. After you get the counters, like after your counter says 13, because the first jump doesn't count. After your counter says 13 and it starts at like 14 on the counter, it is a 3-frame window for the other 87 jumps. So nailing a 3-frame window 87 times in a row is definitely a thing.
Yeah, for those of you that are not terribly familiar with speedrunning, that is a whole lot of accuracy that you need to do in a short amount of time as well. So yeah, definitely not easy.
That and not blinking at the wrong moment.
Oh, yeah.
Your eyes get like super watery and clouded, and you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. So now, something I would like to let all of you folks know is that while iceblue was absolutely slaying that fight with all those super jumps, we did get a donation that came in.
Oh, nice. Yes, it is a 60
donation-
FPS game, by the way.
Yeah. The donation is for $42. It's for Lego Man 6000. And it says, Remake QLEX is Q-Flex the Swole. And with that, we have met the incentive to fight 3D QLEX at the end of this run. So, well done,
go!
chat. Let's go indeed. Thank you very much for getting us there. Super excited about that. But that is just one thing that we wanted to accomplish here. A reminder that we do have the rolling bid war for the soundtrack that you're hearing between the remade version and the original version. Right now, remade is up 27 to 25 over the original. So, if you would like for iceblue to hot swap on over to that original soundtrack, you're going to want to make a donation. You only need to really put in a few dollars to get it there, but of course we would like you to put in more, because remember, we are aiming for that 6K. We have a little more than $700 to go to get there before the end of this marathon, and if we do get there, then we will do a special event where I will do a first play of this game, of the original Super Mario RPG, as a little bonus treat. We decided that was the thing we were going to do. So yeah, plenty of reasons to get some donations in. I'll put the link in chat, and let's keep going. Onward to 6K, folks.
Yo, thank y'all so much. Also, during that fight, so we funny enough, we actually found out, because Eurydiovich or Spiritovich's first attack is always guaranteed to be Water Blast, we just basically found out that it's just better to have Mario die in that fight than it is to keep him alive. Because if you keep other party members alive, they actually get a little box up, like whenever it's their turn, that's asking you to swap out that party member. And since Mario cannot be swapped out, he just never gets that box. And he's not useful for that fight, because Mallow is level 10 with Shocker, doing 270 damage. So we just found out it was just easier to just murder Mario there and just fight the fight with Mallow. I'm gonna blow your minds here, and a lot of us in the community still don't understand this. I don't understand this, but there's an NPC in this town that's directly tied to a specific event in Land's End. So by talking to Mushroom Boy in this town, it's tied to a special event in Land's End. So there's going to be coming up in Land's End where we have to, we're forced to encounter what they call, these enemies called Shoguns. And we have to fight, I think it's 4 or 5 of them, guaranteed, you have to. But by talking to Mushroom Boy, and shoutouts to our low-level runners of this game, talking to Mushroom Boy there sets a flag in the game that just says, hey, the first Shogun that you encounter is already defeated. And when you encounter the first Shogun there, you don't fight it. And nobody knows why. So we don't question things. We just know that by talking to that NPC, we just avoid that encounter. Oh. Nope. Oh, wait. Alright, we're gonna do a little, kind of like, a little wiggle walk up here. Oh, that didn't work. Oh well. If you get on like the very edge of the hitbox of the donut blocks there, you can actually skip that little animation of Mario getting like absorbed into the middle of the box. But yeah, this Shogun right here, normally you have to fight him, but since we talked to Mushroom Boy, we don't have to fight him anymore. Alright, so these fights are just fire bombs into a T-Bolt. We did get our second firebomb freebie, so we're all good there. We also have to make sure we don't fight the special enemies in this game. So in this game, they actually introduced a mechanic called... Oop, I forgot to press the button there. They actually introduced a mechanic called special enemies. And special enemies actually have 3 times their normal stats, and they give you a frog coin whenever you defeat them. We don't want to fight those enemies, ever. 3 times normal stats, like these things by themselves have 150 health. So a special version of that has 450, and also deals a metric butt ton of damage. And we want to avoid that as much as possible. So whenever we get like a special enemy, we just run from the fight and re-engage the fight. Because you have a flat 20% chance of it being a special enemy. So we just re-engage the fight and hope that it's not a special enemy. Alright, so we got 2 stars here. We have to kill certain enemies here in order for this like XP like pathing to work. So we're gonna kill 4 enemies exactly on the screen. And we're gonna set up for the 2nd star. Bunch of level ups. And we're gonna buy the 2nd star, and we're gonna take out the rest of the enemies here. So I found out one day in practice, and I was like, why is my XP routing different than everybody else's? I was like, I got all the enemies with specific stars. Come to find out, the first star that we get in this like section, the enemies are worth 11. And then the 2nd star that we buy, enemies are worth 6. That is a fortune teller skip. Normally you have to talk to that NPC there, give him 50 coins, and then you have to like jump and hit box like the tongue things in whatever order, and then you get a fortune. And then it sometimes gives you, you know, like an enemy you have to fight or something else. But if you jump on like the very edge of the fortune teller's head, you can actually just use him as a platform. Because like normally if you jump on like the center of his head, he just teleports away and you have to reset the room. But by jumping on the edge of it, it doesn't register that Mario's on his head. So the game is just like, alright, well you can just use him as a platform. Alright, so fight might be a little different here, because I dropped chain. So we're doing a little bit less damage than we want to. So we're gonna get a clone here regardless. But we don't need to worry about the clone. because he's gone. Because once you take out Balloon 2, the clone goes too. Alright, so we want Mallow to hit level 14 here, because that's going to give him access to Snowy. Snowy is an AoE ice attack, which is going to come in handy for Bean Valley. What was the name of it? Alright, and then the whole reason we needed the 100 super jumps is for these two accessories right here. One is an armor, one is an accessory specifically for Mario. 30 jumps gets us the attack scarf, 100 jumps gets us the super suit. And the super suit is the most powerful armor in the entire game. It gives you an immunity to all status effects, gives you resistances to all elemental attacks, and it increases your stats, your attack, your defense by 50, and your speed by 30. So it just pretty much makes you a monstrous tank that does a bajillion damage. Alright, so we find out that we can't actually go to the next area unless we go up. So we need to recruit our good pals, the paratroopers. Fashionably late by 0.52 seconds, though. Yeah, this run is going to start off with Mario getting the super suit. But after, like, a few battles, Mario loses access to his own super suit. And then Mallow, our MVP, is going to get it. Yeah, 0.52 is a little too much. That's grounds for firing. So one thing that we found out, it's actually kind of funny. So you can, like, reliably, like, without, like resetting it and jumping off, like, the paratrooper shells here, like, while they're trying to reset their position, you can get, like, a 9.0 timer. But that's actually not good for the speed run. You actually want to get under a 12. You want to get, like, under 11, sorry. But you also want to get over a 9, because you get an extra text box if you get anywhere between 9 and 10, like under 10 seconds. Where's my... So we have the super suit and the attack scarf. You are gonna get the trooper medal, and Bowser gets the XP booster. But yeah, if you get under 10 seconds, they actually tell you like one extra text box, and they're just like, "God, you're too fast." And yeah, it's funny. So sometimes going too fast is the problem. All right, we got a boss coming up here. This is Mega Smilax. This is a very interesting fight. This fight was probably rerouted like 30 times. Good, I didn't get the very uncomfortable, very fast auto attack. Alright, and if we did everything right, the Mega Smilax phase should start off with Mario, and then Mallow will get another turn. And Mega Smilax just doesn't get a turn at all. Alright, it's Gino that goes first. Yeah, this fight is especially dangerous if you like mistime something or you like do an extra turn out of order. Because Mega Smilax's opening attack is Petal Blast, and Petal Blast inflicts Mushroom status on your entire party, which makes them unable to act, but it heals them like a little bit every turn. But them being unable to act is like the big thing. You ever just hit a block and like a giant beanstalk grows out of it? Oop. Alright, isometric jumps didn't go too bad. Ooh. Okay. Welcome to Nimbus Land. These people look a little similar to one of our party members. Chat, did you know tadpoles live in the sky? There's like a whole village of tadpoles. Being led by a character that looks like Hey Arnold with a bird on her head. Wow, and that bird's name is Mallow, too. What a coincidence.
Okay, this is getting weird.
What do you mean? How's it getting weird?
Well, I thought we determined that Mallow was actually a marshmallow and not a tadpole, and now there's all this like, yeah. So I don't know.
He's a tadpole. Chat, Vonnie's saying Mallow's not a tadpole.
No, but if he was a tadpole, then his name should be Pole. Like I thought we covered this.
You might have covered this.
Well, by me covering it, of course I mean we, because I'm talking to everyone here. So, right?
Mallow can't be a marshmallow. Mallow isn't from a marsh. Excellent logic there, by the way. Alright, now we're gonna watch Mallow get angry and then go get bullied by the front palace guards. Oh, chat, quick question. How many of y'all are familiar with the, like, the anime, like, witch laugh? The Let me know how many of y'all are familiar with it, because you're about to be hearing it for, like, the next, like, 5 minutes. Especially since we're on the modern soundtrack.
And you know, if you want to change that, folks, you know you can. You just got to make a donation.
Yeah. Don't you want to see Vonnie? Don't you want to see Vonnie play this game for the Super Nintendo?
Yeah, there's that too. I was talking more about the rolling bid war, but yeah. But yeah,
all right, listen.
See me play this. Okay, go ahead.
You just gotta listen to the music real quick. I am also very, very upset with how they changed this dialogue box here. So in this version, they actually say like Mario is the sculpture of this Mario is named In Search of a Lost Brother, which is substantially crappier than the name that they gave him in the Super Nintendo, which was A Plumber's Lament, and I will forever be upset about that. A Plumber's Lament was such a fantastic title for that masterpiece. And the fact that they just changed it to In Search of a Lost Brother, it's just... it doesn't have the same kick. But also... All right, so I don't want to gaslight all y'all. We're gonna lose this minigame. Because it's actually faster to fight Dodo here than it is to win this minigame. And the reason being is A, we want the experience, and B, we don't get a cutscene after we beat Dodo, or after we win this minigame. So there's a cutscene where the guards are poking the statues and they poke Mario. And if we lose this minigame, Mario loses his statue coloring. Which means we don't have to experience that cutscene as well. But that does mean that we have to lose this minigame twice. Yeah, Plumber's Lament was so good. Alright, so now that we have to fight Dodo, we're gonna make super quick work of Dodo here. Dodo's weak to fire by a lot. And Dodo's already gone. Welcome to the super suit, by the way. Alright, so now that we beat Dodo, we lose our sculpture coloring. We're no longer gold-plated. So Mario has lost all his value. But we don't get to experience this cutscene here, which saves us a bunch of time. Grab that backup flower, jump over that. I like grabbing this flower jar here, just because it takes 2 seconds to talk to that NPC, and I like having more flower points. Alright, it's another instance where we don't want to see any super enemies, or what you call it, special enemies. So we're just gonna cast Snowy here, make quick work. And then chat, we're gonna fight one of our favorites. Yo, shoutouts to Birdo. Birdo is such a lovely, lovely Birdo. We love Birdo.
You know, we sure do, but you know what else we love?
What's that?
Donations to read.
Alright, wait, wait, hold on. Alright. Hit me up with the donations, because I want to see if I'm changing the battle theme here.
We have a $5 donation from Snyder EC3 with no comment, but thank you for that. We also have another $5 donation. This is from Rujasu, and it just says, "Oh." But this is also being put toward having the soundtrack go back to the original. So you will switch that as soon as you can.
There we go. Did it right before Birdo. Thank y'all so much for the donations for that.
Speaking of which, where we're at with that rolling bid war is right now. Original is in the lead with $30. The remake has $27. So, if there's anybody out there that would like to switch it right on back to the remade music, $5 towards that will get you there for the time being.
Alright, she has a really nice dialogue box here. I'm never gonna let you go. You're just too cute. And then unfortunately she goes back into her egg. But that was also, it's a shout out to chat there. Chat, we're just never gonna let y'all go. You're just too cute. Quick menu here to put the experience booster onto Mario. Nice, got that skip. That's a very, very, very small window there to jump over that. Alright, that gets Mario to 12. Then we're gonna egg you down. Wait. Never gonna run around and breakfast you? Sure? Wouldn't necessarily call a egg dessert, though. Never gonna runny around and scramble you. You could still hear it in the Super Nintendo version of the soundtrack. Excuse me. Silly Mario. You're not supposed to just run full force out of a doorway. Goofy. Alright, quick menu before. We're gonna switch the attack scarf back, and then we're gonna put the XP booster on Peach. Then it's actually faster just to map warp to Nimbus Land, because it puts us right into the encounter with Valentina. Bum, 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 bum. Telling you, this is she's a Hey Arnold with a bird on her head, I promise you. And she's floating on a banana. Like, Hey Arnold, bird on the head, floating on a banana. Oh, Valentina's great. That's fine. Okay, he didn't get a counterattack. This fight is absolutely scary. Because if Dodo has a 20% chance to counter all attacks, and if he counters one of the attacks, he can counter with multi-strike. And multi-strike has the potential of one-shotting Mallow. Which is absolutely scary, because if Mallow dies in that fight, it's a game over. We want to try and keep Geno alive as long as possible in this fight, because Geno does provide us with an attack boost. And having an attack boost on Mario, since he now has the super suit on and a physical attack, he's going to be doing tons of damage here.
Every time you say the word super suit, I hear Samuel L. Jackson's voice.
Where is my super suit?
Why do you need it?
Because the city's in danger.
Our dinner night is in danger. I've been playing this for 3 whole weeks.
I keep mistiming that. My marriage is in danger. Valentina's also one of these fights that has 20% evasion. We just didn't get to see it. But this is also the one of those splits that's just... it's a lot of our runners just changed the splits to thanks Valentina. Because there's a chance that Mario can just completely miss, and you're missing out on like 400 damage a turn. It's for the greater good. I'm the greatest good you are ever gonna get. Alright, shoutouts to Mario remembering to bring an umbrella because you know Mallow's a crybaby.
Wait, is he bringing that umbrella for Mallow?
No, he brought it because the moment Mallow reunited with his parents, he cried, and whenever Mallow cries, it rains. So he had that umbrella just in time for Mallow to cry when he saw his parents, who he's never met before, by the way, because he was an orphan. And yeah, he cried when he met his parents, and Mario just kind of knew. Oh yeah, by the way, the whole party uppies there was really good, that we just didn't get a lot of. But also Bowser uppies. We need a Mallow where I'm at, because, my god, Louisiana is hot.
Good time for a donation comment here?
Absolutely.
Awesome. We have an $8 donation, and it's from Lady Ariana, who says, I just wanted to donate one more time to hear my friend Bonnie say the magic words. Steppy, steppy, steppy! Also, Super Suit is no place for a mighty warrior. I'm tired, man. Lots of love to you all, less than 3. Thank you, Ari.
Okay. Alright, so now, with Mallow being reunited with his parents, he has now become the main character of the game, so we're now going to be changing the title of the game to Super Mallow RPG. And you'll see why when we enter the volcano here, which, by the way, shoutouts if you are, for those who are about to experience Dragon Quest III coming up in less than a month, shoutouts to throwing a sword into the volcano for, you know, no reason. We're just gonna throw Mario into the volcano instead. Alright, so Barrel Volcano, one of my favorite tracks in the game. The only thing that's better than this song is the factory. This will be our final star of the run. It's what, 4? I need 6, I think. It's 5, 6, 7. I'll take 7, that's fine. What does Mario get at 13? Where's my level ups at? Alright, so we're going to be giving everybody HP levels here. Because it's one of those moments that's coming up where it's going to be uncomfortably close. But it's routed that way. So we're never in nice. We're never in any danger. It just looks that way. Going to be trying a trick up here to skip Stump It here. It is a very, 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 very tight jump. But like if you jump at the right moment, you can actually skip that encounter. Normally it's an unskippable encounter, but it's also an unrunnable. But by jumping very specifically over that, you can actually skip that encounter entirely. The Peach Claw swap glitch does not exist in this game. That was a glitch specifically for SNES. Oh, nice. Oh my goodness. Yeah, skill swap and peach swap, like the glitch just doesn't exist in this version. I'm very upset that they changed his name completely to Cinder Toad, and they didn't leave it as Hinopio. I'm gonna reset the room. Oh, whatever. We'll just jump normally, or just kidding. Ow. That's not very nice. There we go. First try. Alright, so this is the Tsar Dragon, and you're gonna see why exactly Mallow with the super suit is strong. But also, wow. So Snowy here is going to hit Tsar Dragon like an absolute truck. I need to build up here. It's very important that I have a chain bonus for the next fight. Alright, so when Tsar Dragon dies, he gets revived as a bone dragon named Zombone, which his elemental weakness completely changes to electric, and he gains access to more dangerous attacks. So he not only does he get Scream, he gets Sandstorm, and he also gets Boulder. And Boulder is the biggest thing that we are absolutely afraid of. We want to also try and minimize the amount of attacks that we do to him, because he does have a 20% chance of countering. But thankfully he didn't Boulder at all. And we're going to immediately get thrown into another encounter here. But first we get to listen to a very, very banger of a soundtrack, but you only get to hear it for like 30 seconds. But also uppies. Just kidding, they got stolen. Yo, is that the Power Rangers? Chat, do you like the Super Mario Brothers, like, underground theme? The do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Well, I really hope you're ready for this fantastic remake of it. Except it's in, you know, the SNES font, and way better.
Boy, really wish we could change that. Oh, wait a minute. We can make a donation.
Oh.
Where are we at? It's the original soundtrack is in the lead by $3. So if you donate $5, put it towards the remade soundtrack. iceblue will switch that immediately, or at least at the first opportunity they get. So be sure to make those donations. Come on now.
Alright, so we have the Axum Rangers here. We're going to be doing a very, very specific strat here. So we found out that in order to maintain a chain gauge, you can half time an attack or a spell, and it still counts towards your chain gauge. So we don't want to drop our chain gauge here, but we want to be able to do a specific amount of damage so we can trigger the death animation for all 5 Axum Rangers at the same time. because if you kill one of them out of order, they do a jumping animation, and then they go, "Hey, Red, such and such is this," and then Red replies with a snarky comment. So we want to avoid all that conversation during this fight. In order to do that, we are going to use Snowy on Mallow, but we're not going to full time it. So we're going to do that. And that's still going to maintain our chain gauge. But it's also going to trigger Axum Black to counterattack us. And this is the most uncomfortable block in the game. The block is very, very late. Oh, that's bad. The block is... Yeah, we're going to get some text here. The block is very, very late. And it's like right before the bomb blast explodes there. So it's pretty good. Oh, no, we're good. Oh, no, never mind. It's not. Yeah, so see, like, we're getting a bunch of talking. Because Axum Yellow is the one with the highest amount of HP here. I think we want to do this. Oh, that's not what we want. Oh, that's good. Glad that missed. Alright, we're still fine. Alright, so Breaker Beam is going to do a massive amount of damage here, but Mallow's going to survive. Very, 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 very small survival, but he's going to survive, and that's all that matters. Oh, he's also blocking, but yeah. So normally it does 95 damage, and leaves Mallow with 3. And the fight with this is just shocker twice. Because the blade, the little thing, the head there, has 999 health and 2 shockers kills. But yeah, it leaves Mallow with 3 HP. Which was purposely routed in. All right, Chad, if you're familiar with this coming up section, we have doors 1 through 6. Also uppies. Wait, hold on. I'll discuss later.
Well, okay, while you're waiting to discuss that, I've got a donation to read off here.
Okay.
It is a $15 donation from Possum, who says, "Last Possum donation. Voted on best host gaff by me of the whole run was when I said the R-rated version of Heckle the Shuckle on stream. Love you all. It's been a great week." And it certainly has. It's been very good. We've raised a good amount of money here, but we still want to try to get to that 6,000 if we can. There's maybe about like 40 or 45 minutes or so left of this run here, and then of course you've got the boss fight after that. So the marathon proper is going to be ending, unfortunately, relatively soon. So let's get some of these big donations here, so we can finish strong, finish with a bang, and help raise a bunch of money for Take This.
Did that 15 go towards anything?
It actually went towards the original soundtrack. So.
Oh. Shoutouts to our original soundtrack, like your enjoyers.
That means that, yeah. So where that is at right now, original has 45. Remade soundtrack has 27. So if you want to hear the remade version music, now you're looking at having to drop like a $20 donation, which I'm not mad about. Yeah, get that in so you can hear the soundtrack you want to hear.
All right, so coming up here in Bowser's Keep, we have a section coming up here. Not that one. That we have to basically pick random doors, and 2 of those doors are what they call battle doors. Well, we don't want the battle doors. Battle doors we're just going to quit out of and reset the room. We want the 4 puzzle rooms. So the fun game is to guess... Oh, wait, hold on. There's an ooh-woo bus arriving. Welcome aboard the Ooh Woo bus. Alright, so the fun game is to pick the 2 doors that you think are going to be the battle doors. My vote is going to be 2 and 3. Those are my votes for which battle doors. Yeah, Wells saying 1 and 4. But yeah, tell me, chat, tell me any number between 1 and 6, 2 of them, for battle doors that you think are going to be the battle doors.
Chat, tell me in a donation comment what doors you think are going to be the battle doors.
Okay, but wait. Ari, you could do doors 6 and 3, and then add 6 and 3 together, and then it becomes nice. There's ways to fix this.
Yeah. Well, hey, speaking of nice, I'm going to jump in here with a donation to read. Pretty hyped about this one for several reasons. Let's start off with the biggest reason. It is for $150.
Oh my goodness.
Another reason why I'm hyped is because it's from a buddy of mine. It's from Bahamut X, who says, "Hey everyone, sorry I wasn't able to volunteer this year, but I wanted to stop in to say hi, and I wanted to donate once to a wonderful cause. Hopefully I will be able to volunteer next year. Hope everyone is well. The runner can put my donation to the soundtrack of their choice." Okay, so iceblue, you've got $150 here. Now it said to the soundtrack of your choice, but it didn't say that it had to go.
Can I split it?
One. If you
Can I
wanna
split
it and get real cheeky and make it so that one doesn't get out to a discouraging lead and keeps it close to encourage more donations.
Split it in half, 75 on each.
Perfect. There we go. Alrighty. So the lead remains the same as far as the soundtracks there. So, all right. A couple things here. First of all, Baha, thank you so much for that incredibly generous donation. That definitely puts us closer to the 6K. So you are it is well within reach here. So let's keep going there. And then remember, if you want to change the soundtrack here back to the remade, if you drop a $20 donation on that, that'll get you there.
All right, so first battle door is 4. So we found one of the battle doors. All right, so the cool thing about this room, so since this platform here spawns at the very top, by touching it, it sets Mario's reset position to be on that platform, so we just fall and just lose. And that just puts us closer to where we need to be. Also, we're not touching this treasure chest. This is the most cursed treasure chest in the game. That is the super slap for Peach, and we don't want it. It is actually reset worthy. All right, 3 and 4 were the battle doors. So whoever guessed 3 and 4, you get a high five. I wish a red essence would relieve my back pain, but sure. Items. I could use some red essences in my life. Alright, chat, we actually have to do math on stream. The answer's 15. Alright, so there's
I think the answer's 535. And that's
Okay.
because that's the number of dollars you need to get to 6,000.
Mashed the button too much. Whoops. That's okay. We just get more Super Mario RPG. And more math on stream. What doesn't appear in there? It is a terrapin. Smithy. Curtains are... No, they're blue. He loves currant juice. It's a carrot. He learns Crusher. You have Todovsky. He hates getting his picture taken. They live in Monster Town. Red. And 1 coin. Alright. As I was saying before the game rudely interrupted me, we have to do math again. And the answer's 15 again. So it's a random like number that the barrels can be, and I think it's anywhere between like 13 or 12 and like 16. And this one has a very special technique, and I'm gonna tell you the answer immediately upon entering and seeing here. So the answer is 44. And the reason that we know that is if you look on the right side, if there's 8 barrels on the right side and then 5 barrels in the front, all you have to do is you just say the number 40 and then add whatever's on top. So the answer here is 44.
Actually, just looking at what I have here in front of me, it actually looks like the answer is 107. And the reason why is because that's the dollar amount of the donation that I'm about to read here.
Oh, wait, hold on. Place the
yeah.
same.
Oh, no? Okay.
That's 3rd place. Fell into 4th. That's 2nd place. You came in 3rd. That's 4th place. So you have 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Okay. Right? Yeah. All right, you're good.
Yeah? Okay, cool. We got a $107 donation from Prof Ness. There is no comment here. However, Prof Ness has decided to split their donation between both of the soundtracks. So they've put $50 towards the remade soundtrack and $57 toward the original track. So...
Spicy.
Spicy indeed. So what this means now is that the original soundtrack is actually $25 ahead right now. So if you would want to hear the remade soundtrack, because you're on the original currently, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So to get to the remade soundtrack, it's now $26 that you need for that. So, Prof Ness, thank you oh so much for that great donation there, and that now gets us just a little under 400, just a little over $400 away from that 6K and the playthrough that I have promised to do of the Super Mario RPG for the first time. So we still got time. We still got some time left in this run. We've still got the extra bonus boss fight. So yeah, let's go. Big donations coming in. Let's keep those going. Those are awesome.
Oh, the tracker shows a tie?
Yeah, it does. It does. And that's because there was a donation when we first decided to kind of just open up this bid war in an impromptu fashion. It was started by a $25 donation that went toward the original soundtrack. That was not that donation was made before we opened up the okay, you know, if it props intention, yeah, okay, you know what, then yes, you know what, we'll do that, because that's what it says in the tracker, so we will go with that. I mean, it didn't count the 75 each that you got from Baja's donation, so yes, if the intent was to tie it, we will honor that. So right now, we are at a flat-footed tie in the soundtrack. So if you just want to donate, just let's say $5 to put toward one or the other, you know, specifically the remake, because that's the one that's not active right now, then go ahead and do that, and that'll get that going.
Yeah. Chat, and you definitely want to make Vonnie play this game.
Apparently you do, or at least I think you do, but you have to donate if you really, really mean it.
Also, I will say that I'm actually more of a fan of the classic soundtrack than I am of the modern, but I do love the modern soundtrack. Like I said, I just wear nostalgia goggles. Also, welcome into the worst fight in the remake. And the reason that it's the worst fight, not because Boomer is hard, but because in this game, because this game loves to create lag, each one of these candle sprites is considered a sprite, and this game doesn't know what to do with, what is it? Hold on. 24 candle sprites on the screen at one time, plus the characters. So it creates an astronomical amount of lag that just... Oh, that was the most uncomfortable block in the game. We're actually gonna... I'll revive with Gino. But yeah, these candles actually create such an absurd amount of lag. That it causes, like, the timing window for, like, all your attacks and all your spells to be very delayed. But yeah, the modern soundtrack is absolutely fantastic. I love the modern soundtrack. There are some songs that were way better in the modern soundtrack than they are in the original, but the original soundtrack just holds that special place right in my heart. Also, Boomer just, you know, said goodbye.
Well, iceblue, I've got some fantastic news for you, because
Sure.
not only do I have a donation, not only will this donation put the remake back in the lead, but this donation is full of math puns. Are we all ready?
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, too bad. $5 from Lady Ariana, who says, math on stream. I know this topic is very divisive, but I would like to add to the chaos here and go off on a tangent. I hope that this donation will be factored into the remake soundtrack. On average, I feel that this would make a great addition. Also, everyone in chat is all acute.
I'm gonna jump in myself and say this is a sign for me to leave.
Oh, wow. That was, you emphasized that exponentially.
Oh, by the way, Exor is still weak to Gino Whirl if you're remember the original game. And I can explain why that's a thing. So, you know, all bosses are weak to instant kill attacks. That's just a flag in the game. You know, all bosses are just they're immune to instant kill attacks. But the way that Exor's mechanic works is Exor is immune to, you know, the flag in the game is set to, hey, this boss is immune to all status effects and all instant kill attacks. But since the eyes are shielding Exor from damage, once you defeat one of the eyes, it removes that shield that blocks, you know, damage from being, you know, applied to Exor's core. Well, it's also linked to Exor's immunity to instant kill attacks, which allows you to use Gino Whirl on him and hit him for 9,999 and instant kill him. Oh wait, we're on I'm sitting here cheating y'all out of the modern soundtrack. So does that put modern up by 5?
We actually have a tie again. If you've already
no.
changed it, you should, because that donation came in, but we now have another $5 donation. This one is again from Rujasu, and it simply says, I would like to co-sign Aries' donation. And yes, that is put towards the original soundtrack, so that should be a tie again.
Yep, we're back at a tie.
It is, but of course with the donation prior to that, getting Remake over the top, we're gonna listen to the Remake soundtrack for now. So if you want to, you're gonna need to break that tie with the donation to the original soundtrack if you want that to be switched. So, so you know what you need to do, chat.
I thought my my comment there was really good with the this is a sign for me to leave. All right, I grab an extra rock candy here just in case something like that happens to Mario. So, because Mario can't attack right now. He's scarecrowed. Alright, Mario 14 is what? Attack. Geno 14 is attack. That should be the last level ups for Mario Geno, unless I got a little bit extra experience, but I don't think we'd get enough. Oh. There's a pretty cool, I guess you can call it a boss skip here. So if you're looking closely, a lot of these machine maids are actually just old bosses that we fought. So you just saw Mac. We're about to see another boss here, but there's actually a pretty cool boss skip here, if I can do it, where we just kind of jump past him and just completely ignore that it's there. Oh, didn't get that one though. But thankfully we can just run from this one. Alright, we can't run from this one. This one does have a chance to be a special enemy. And if that happens, we have to run from it. Because this fight normally has 800 health. And when it's a special enemy, it has 2,400. And we just don't want to fight that. Alright, Bowser level up doesn't matter anymore. We don't use them. Same with Peach. Alright, we're going to be getting into an encounter here with Floker and Domino. So this fight actually has a unique mechanic. Whichever one you take out first, the other one goes back and jumps on top of a snake. And that snake is going to basically depend on who goes back there. We're going to take out Cloaker, the sword guy, and send Domino back there because that makes the snake weak to physical attacks. And what we're going to do here, let's see, is we're going to use Star Riders on this boss. Yeah, okay, good. We're going to use Star Riders because those attacks are based off of physical attack. And that's going to be very important. So this is Mad Adder, the snake. It has 1,500 health. But we're going to make pretty quick work of it. This is going to do about 850, 900, 870. That's a good roll. I meant to attack the other. Okay. That makes quick work of Mad Adder. That should be Mallow's last level up there. Alright, chat, we're getting very close to the end of this this segment. Right before our super boss. We have to fight 3 Shovel Knights. And then we have to fight Gunyoke, and then Smithy. So, if you're trying to make Vonnie play this game, or if you're trying to change the soundtrack, now's your time to get those donations in. Silly Mallow, you don't just push random buttons. You goofy goober. There, we get one final chance to buy stuff from a shop. We don't need it, though. We do get a nice item, though, from Toad here. This is a rock candy, which we've been using those in the run. And those are going to come in handy for the Smithy fight. Then we have True Shovel Knight here. That one was like Tan Shovel Knight. This is actual Shovel Knight. And then we have the next one is going to be Red Shovel Knight.
Alrighty, I gotta jump in here with the donation here, Ice.
Sure.
Alrighty, it is another $5 donation. It is another one from Lady Ariana, and it is one that is with $5 put toward the remake. So, first order of business. Remake is now officially back in the lead by $5, so you will be changing it to that as soon as you can.
It's already on
no,
Remake.
You're already on Remake. Oh, okay. All right, so Remake now has a lead, so you'll need to donate at least $6 to change it. So, but here is the donation comment. I will admit that having Alice add into the puns are definitely a co-efficient way of doing math puns. I feel we are both equals in this battle, but the remake must still be greater than the original OST. I'm not trying to be mean, but the odds are with me here. But whatever the outcome, I will be happy. Also, now I want pi. So here's another pi coup. 3.141 5926535 8979. Thank you for that donation there, Harry.
All right, so while we were getting math punned, this fight has a unique mechanic as well. So that boss actually has a 100% chance of counterattacking. But the way that we counteract that, so we got to get rid of the hammers there, and we have to eat one counterattack. But he's also weak to sleep, so we put him to sleep so he can't counterattack. And since special attacks don't wake up enemies, we just allow them to, sleep. Okay. This one we're going to be doing the same. This is... Oh, that's not good. So I'm just going to do my backup strat here. This boss, I don't understand how Gunyoke is weak to sleep, but we're not going to question it. Also, this is your final moment to change the soundtrack, by the way. Once I menu Mario to the super suit, it's closed.
How soon is that?
Right now.
Okay, hurry up if you want to get in. And where are we at? We're on the... That's right, we're on the remake soundtrack. If you want to change it to the original, you got to get your donation in, like, now.
Yeah, like, after this dialogue right here, and that's, like, maybe 15 seconds.
Alright, well, maybe... I don't know. Do some extra menuing, just in case somebody is sniping with the donation now. If you are trying to snipe with the donation, I would advise to have your... I would advise to have your donation comment be brief. Or not.
Right,
I can just count it towards the total as soon as I see the donation. But like it's got to come in like right now, folks.
All right. Well, it's closed now because I'm hitting the switch.
Okay, let me do a final refresh. Okay, I didn't see anything come in. So it looks like we're locked into the remade soundtrack for the rest of, at least for the rest of this main run here. Yes.
Well, the extra boss automatically gets remade boss music. It doesn't let you retro it.
Oh, you don't have a choice to change it on that one?
No.
Okay. Well, there you go. So we're hearing remade music for the rest of this run. Now, the only final order of business that we have here is we are a little over $400 short of getting to that $6,000 threshold here. Folks, we would really love to be able to do that because it would just mean we get that much more money raised for Take This, but it also means that you will get to enjoy me doing my very first playthrough of this game on stream as a special incentive. And I know there are a lot of folks that would love to see that, but I will only do it if we hit 6K before the end of the marathon. So,
oh wait, hold on.
So let's get there.
I'm resetting that. I was like, why is my damage so low? Peach is out. That warrants a reset because I'm supposed to do like 300 there.
So it sounds like we have time for a quick donation. We got $10 from Steel Eyes, and it just says for the remake, and they put that money toward the remade soundtrack, which is already in the lead. So even if you had to reload here and maybe could do an extra menu, still nothing changes. So, so yeah. But thank you for that donation, Steel Eyes.
Yo, thank you. And thank y'all so much for doing this bid war with me. I'm sorry it was like last minute, but I'm glad we were able to do it. All right, now we have the proper party. We just have to talk to Smithy again. And see the hammer animation again. Swing! So this fight probably went through a lot of, like, probably the second most rerouted boss fight in the entire, like, routing process that we did. Void and I actually sat at AGDQ 2024 for 3 days, like, pondering different strats for this fight. Because this fight is just uncomfortably disrespectful. Oh, wait, no, you are Rock Candy. And we didn't want to use super jumps on this fight because the original fight was super jumps, and we don't want super jumps in this run. So we ended up finally rerouting it to what we have now. And the fight does kind of rely on not getting meteor swarmed, which is the strongest spell in the game. So we have to pretty much rely here that hopefully Smithy doesn't meteor swarm. If he does, that's fine. But we got the better one. So this guarantees that all of our party members stay on the screen when we transition to Smithy 2. And we don't lose any time. Because that's going to end Smithy 1 right there. If he meteor swarms, if you're level 14, you have a damage range that could potentially end Smithy 1 on Maria's turn, which is what we want. Or you might have to swap in Mallow for Bowser and attack. But since we're level 15, even if we would have gotten Meteor Swarms, we're guaranteed to win. Alright, so Smithy 2, this used to be 134 super jumps to win. We've changed that, because, again, super jumps are slow. This fight has 8,000 HP. It is a scary fight. It could go south at any moment. The moment he turns into Mage Head is where you start sweating. It's rough. And it also relies that you hit blocks, like, hit blocks. If you miss blocks, you're doomed, almost. Alright, so he's guaranteed to go Tank Head here. And that's where we're going to switch to Jump and Shocker. Alright, we got to hit this block here. Because then we need to Geno Boost. This is an uncomfortable block as well, because it's a really weird block frame. Okay, he actually didn't use the gun, which is really good. Alright, so now this is the turn here, as long as we block this properly. This is the turn that we're going to heal on. He actually didn't change the Mage Head, so that's good. Ooh. We should be fine. Alright, he's gonna change. It's probably gonna be Safe Head. If it's Safe Head, the guide just says begin crying uncontrollably. Which he didn't. He went back to Tank Head. Alright, so we're good. He should be going down here very soon. So will Mallow. We're actually going to use a pick-me-up on Mallow here. Alright, if he goes Safe Head, we're fine. Which he did. Which we have an Ice Bomb for. Because this form is weak to ice. Snowy should kill here, though. Yeah, alright. Alright, so we got a little bit more before time. Time is going to be after the star cutscene. Geno gets 2 extra text boxes, and then the screen fades out, and that's time. You meddlers! You whippersnappers! Why does Smithy have McDonald's fries? I mean, why not, though? Alright, chat. Help me send this one final star piece up with the final uppies of the run. One final uppies, chat. All right. Time is coming up here in just a sec. Gino says, and time.
Yo, GG, iceblue.
Thank you. Now the question I have is, do we want to watch the credits? I know I'm like very close to estimate, but do we want to watch the credits, or do we want to just jump right into the fight? Because the credits are phenomenal. Does Gino get uppies? I don't know if we could see uppies while he's in spirit form there. But probably. I leave that to the Valkyries. Should we watch the credits, or should we jump straight into the fight?
I'm being told we can indeed chill with these credits, so...
Excellent.
If we want to watch them, we're going to.
Sweet. The credits are amazing. When I first played this remake, when it came out last November, I did a 24-hour stream. It was amazing. And I cried like probably 3 times during the entire game on stream. I love this game. It's a fantastic game. Credits are nice. This is the life.
Can I just remind everybody that you have until the end of QX to get to 6K so that we can force Vani to play SMRPG?
That is true. Yes. So, how long is your estimate for that boss fight there, Ice?
About 10 minutes.
Oh boy.
Great, chat. 10 minutes plus credits. So there you go, chat. We're giving you time to force Vani against his will to play Super Mario RPG.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Which version, Vonnie? The SNES one?
Yeah, I would do the Super Nintendo version, certainly.
Okay. But yeah, no, this I got this game when it came out back in, I think, what, 96? I think it was 96. Just on a whim, I was in a Walmart with my grandma, and I saw this game, and I was like, I want it. I don't know what it is, but I want it. So she bought it for me, and it quickly just became like my favorite game ever. And like I would play through it. I played through it like 20 times as a kid. And it got to the point where like I could remember every single like dialogue box in this game of like which characters would say what and like how they would respond to things. And just like, you know, when we started getting into that era of gaming where a lot of these like old games were getting like remade, I have one of my friends that I've been friends with since like my senior year in high school, and he also shares this as his favorite game as well. And we were like, look, we need Super Mario RPG. Like, it needs to be remade. And that one night, I believe it was like, or that one morning when we had that Nintendo Direct in like, I think it was like June last year. And like a lot of people on Twitter were speculating. They were like, oh, we think these leaks are true. And I was like, I don't want to hear it. I was like, don't message me. Don't ruin anything for me. I was like, I want to wake up, watch the Direct myself. And I got a DM that next morning and all it was the direct link to rewatch it when I woke up. I woke up, watched the direct. Thank God I live alone, because I was screaming. First of all, I live in a 2-story, like a loft type apartment. When I tell you, when I had to like rush downstairs to go grab my Switch so I could pre-order the game, I was jumping like 5 or 6 steps at a time, and I almost fell. Just to come pre-order this game. But I woke up, watched the direct, saw it, popped off, screaming, hollering, came and pre-ordered the game, nearly died, and I messaged my friend, and I was just like, "Did you watch the direct?" And he told me yes, and that was it. The next 30 minutes of that DM were in caps lock. So like, to me, like this game, like it influenced like a lot of like my childhood, like just growing up, like, and like how I enjoy my games played, and like how I enjoy my RPGs and things like that, and it influenced a lot. So like getting a remake of this game was phenomenal, and I'm happy that they did it. I think they did a phenomenal job with it. It was everything I ever wanted in a remake, and plus more. We got extra content. It was amazing.
Wait, you said you spent 30 minutes talking with a friend of yours, and you were just using caps lock the whole time?
Yeah, like after I had asked him, I was like, "Hey, did you watch the direct?" And when he told me yes, the entire next 30 minutes of our talks and DMs were in caps lock.
Oh, okay, so you were DMing with Natara. Got it. Okay, that's cool.
No. Oh, wow.
I wish that they were here so they could be like, you know what, Vonnie? You're right.
Caps fired. Oh no. But yes, so this credit sequence is a tribute to the original Super Nintendo game. And I think their choice of keeping the credits like this in the original, like, pixelated, like, aspect was the best choice they could have done. But don't worry, it's not over. You know what, Vonnie? You right. Because we're gonna get an extra set of credits, chat. We get the glow up into the remake for the remainder of the credits. Literally cried when I saw this section. Like when they transitioned into the remake. Well, I cried when I saw the pixel credits, and then I cried when they did this too, and I was like, oh my god. But it was just, this game was phenomenal. This remake was phenomenal. It was everything I could have ever asked for a remake of a game that I grew up with. And I knew, like, the day that I played it, I was like, I'm speedrunning this. Like, hands down. Like, I didn't even speedrun the Super Nintendo version. But this version, I was like, nope, I'm doing it. And here we are.
I mean, it's really cool to hear this story of how much this game meant to you, not only as a kid, but still, you know, well into adulthood. And then, you know, obviously the remake just completely reignites your passion and your love for this game that means so much to you. That's just a cool story, man. I appreciate hearing.
Which is why I would love for chat to get us to 6K so Vonnie can experience this himself.
Right, exactly. I can have the experience that iceblue had when they were just a grade school child, and I can have that as a fully formed adult. That would be cool. But also $403 more is what we need.
The Mallow holding the Geno doll there Bowser showing up as a pal. So Gino does get uppies. Yeah, he does. I didn't want to spoil anything.
Peach is incredibly cute in this game. Like I've been admiring her character design all throughout this. She is freaking adorable.
Oh yeah, no, they did a fantastic job with Peach's sprite, everybody's sprite. Like it just looks, they all look so good. The end, chat. The end. Yeah, model, sorry. English is an impossible language to learn, I promise. Alright. Chat. Are we ready? No. Yes. Are we ready? Alright. As per leaderboard rules, we don't want to preload anything because you actually do you can preload some stuff and it reduces lag. But we're ready for a super boss fight.
All right, I got a donation before you get that all fired up and good to go. We have another donation here from Lady Ariana. It's another $5, and it says, conducting a $5 train. Boop, boop. Everyone steppy on board. Next destination, making Bonnie play this game. So yes, now we're just under $400 that we need. So yeah, get those donations in. You have a short window to do it. Otherwise, your opportunity will be gone forever.
All right, so the way that this fight works, like I said, this is a file that was created from an all bosses run. So again, we're still very low level. If you're familiar with this game, the original Culex fight, Culex had 4 elemental crystals with him. And he also had 4,096 HP. And he was very fast, he was strong, he had the ability to remove your buffs, everything. Well, we're speedrunners. We found a way to beat the super boss here. So the super boss here is what we like to call Culex 3D, which is Culex's glow up. And I'm gonna say the same thing that I said when I first saw him. But the all bosses run gets us to this point in the levels. We have a bit of items that we work with here, and our party starts off with pretty much like all this stuff. All right. So in the original game, when you fought Culex, he was only like a pixelated sprite. Well, he gets a glow up, and it was probably one of the funniest things I saw. Like when I was casually playing this game for the first time, and they showed this, and like you just look at them abs, and then you see this, and you're just like, oh my god, he's hot. And yeah, Culex got like the glow up of all time. Like my guy hit the gym 7 days a week. He started eating like a sick diet. But yeah, so this fight, that attack right there always does your max HP -1. So even if you're missing HP, it will kill you. He will always open with this attack. So, our idea here, we're going to start off immediately with Clown Car Barrage. That's just to do as much damage as we can. We're going to swap to Gino here so we can Gino boost Mario. Because Bowser has served his entire purpose of this entire fight. So Bowser is going to go... Oh, go ahead.
No, just real quick, I got a $5 donation from Possum that just says, donation train!
Yo, thank you so much. So yeah, all these attacks that the crystals are doing are they're all static attacks for the first turn. They will always be the same. We need to swap to Peach. We want an A lock here. It is an X lock. That's not ideal. X locks stops us from doing rock candies here, which is a giant portion of our damage here. Shredder removes all your party's buffs here, which is very unfortunate. Oh. Alright, so we're gonna re-Geno boost here. We wanna take out the crystals here. If we don't take out all 4 of the crystals before we take out Culex, Culex actually gets revived by the crystals. The crystals sacrifice themselves and revive Culex. So we want to avoid that. Alright, so we're going to Coca-Cola here. That's going to refresh all of our FP. Because we want to get these crystals out of here. So, blue crystal's down. So that means 1 less attack per turn. Yeah, so we want to do this. Oops. Yeah, we want to keep Mario alive here. Because Geno and Peach are about to go down now.
Real quick, I've got a $10 donation here. It's from Pendle Steven, and it just says, thank you for the marathon. Well, thank you for that donation, Steven.
Okay, so we can't... So we're actually going to be swapping Mallow out here. Right now, Mallow has a buff on him. And we don't want Mallow to lose that buff. Because Shredder does remove equipment buffs here. So we want to try and avoid that. The Shredder's going to remove the buffs here. That's going to just allow us to swap back in. Get rid of the crystals here, hopefully. Because once we get rid of the crystals, it actually change. Oh, Mallow died. It actually changes up the how Culex attacks. Alright, so we're gonna pick Mallow back up. Get rid of this crystal. Use our last Coca-Cola here. Oh, that's a bad miss. Okay, so it's not gonna matter if we Geno boost here because he's gonna remove it. I need that crystal to go down. Okay. Alright, so he's gonna Shredder this turn. That's gonna remove the red essence. That's okay, we have max mushrooms here. Now I can pick me up. Alright, so now Culex is going to get 2 attacks per turn. And our goal here is to whittle down 9,999 HP. But Culex no longer does Meteor, so he won't just leave us with 1 HP anymore. Let me put this on you. Alright, so now he gets a brand new attack called Final Claw, which hits you for 9,999. But since we have our nice little protective red essence shield here, alright. It's an incredible freebie that we keep getting on that one rock candy. Yeah, whenever the time, like the little timer that he has hits 3, that's when Culex will always use Shredder. Alright, we're actually going to mid-mushroom you. Oh. Oh, we didn't freebie it again. Oh. Alright, he's getting very, very close here. Alright, that's time. I wasn't expecting Mallow to beat him with the Sage Stick and he dies.
Yo, Nala with the swag. That's awesome.
The cool 76 damage to defeat a super demigod. Oh. But yeah, that's the Culex 3D fight. It didn't go as normally planned, because normally we take him down by turn 18. I believe that was like 24 turns or whatever. But we still managed to take him down.
Well,
He tells you how many turns. 20. Yeah, so I was right on the money. Yeah, normally we have him down by like either turn 18 or turn 19. But yeah, that was Super Mario RPG. Chat. We did it, but Vonnie doesn't get to play it.
I know.
Unless
somebody wants to drop a $400 donation bomb, like right now, you know. I didn't want to ask for that just because, like, I mean, that's an incredibly tall ask, but I might as well just do it once here at the very end. Someone wants to just throw down $400 because A, they really want to see me play the game, and B, they really, really, really want to donate a bunch of money towards an incredibly worthwhile cause, then yeah, I guess you could go ahead and do that.
I can also chat. Are you really gonna rob Vonnie of this experience?
Yeah, this is on you if we don't get that donation.
Yeah, I'm
in. I mean, I'm just saying.
That's yeah, no, that's in the story right there. But no, thank you so much, everyone, for putting on this event. Thank you so much for inviting me back again, and allowing me to showcase not one, not two, but 3 different games, or 5 different games if you want to be tactical. And being able to just support this wonderful cause. Thank y'all so much. And big shout outs to all the staff, all the Valkyries, all the mods, the volunteers behind the scenes. Shout outs to the hosts, the runners too, the commentators, everybody. And then big shout outs for Vonnie for just being here to kind of keep the crowd going, keep us entertained. And, you know, just being awesome, being an awesome friend.
Heck yeah. Well, I appreciate all of those lovely sentiments there, iceblue, and I will certainly echo them. It's, you know, the Valks I'm heavily involved with, because many of the folks on staff there are dear friends of mine. So to be able to contribute my time and efforts to help them out with what they're doing, which is, of course, super awesome. Not only a speedrunning marathon, but raising money for such a great cause. It is my pleasure. So yes, everybody here is fantastic, and yeah, I appreciate you all very, very much.
Can I take a second to shout out the the fact that we're like closing this event right now and we're playing Final Fantasy IV music in the background is actually really fitting.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
It's so fitting.
It is. It really is, because there are a decent number of folks here in the Valkyries that started to, you know, come together and coalesce as a community over the speedruns of Final Fantasy IV, or just Final Fantasy in general. So
Yep.
So yes, that is very apropos indeed.
But yeah, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. I hope y'all enjoyed. Again, I love this game. It's my favorite game of all time, including the remake. It is my favorite game of all time. I hope you enjoyed. And if you, like right now, I don't actively run this game. I do run it occasionally. Right now, I have a very large obsession with Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I've been heavily routing this game with TGH, or that game with TGH. And we have done super justice to the glitchless route. And I think my next journey in that game is to super justify the all dungeons unrestricted run. So looking forward to that. So if you want to come check out that speedrun is fantastic. Or avoid it because you're avoiding spoilers. Please don't spoil yourself unless you want to.
Well, speaking of checking things out, for those of you that are listening and watching right now, if you have not checked out iceBlue's channel by way of a follow, go ahead and do that, because Ice is a dedicated streamer, a very good one, a great speedrunner too, and just an overall very entertaining watch, and just a very chill place to hang out here on Twitch. So if you have not already done so, please do follow my friend here. I promise you won't regret it. So
No, don't do
yeah.
that. I'm gonna start blushing.
I see any last shout-outs before we hand this on over to the Valk, so that we can put a bow on this week here?
No. I think I've done all my shout-outs. I've thanked everybody. I think I'm good to close this one out.
Alrighty. Well, thank you one last time for this fantastic closing speedrun of Speedrun Ragnarok 2024, as well as the bonus boss fight. They were both very entertaining, and we appreciate you being here. So thank you again. And with that, I am going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and head on over to what the Valks have planned for you as far as the finale for this event here. So we'll go ahead and coordinate with that, and I'm sure they will be with you very shortly.